characters, incidents, names, and situations used in this story are fictitious. The resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental. The following video contains some horror elements and suitable for a mature audience, 16 plus. This channel and video is not for kids.
Hello friends, I am Aryan and welcome to our channel Midnight Horror Stories, where you get to hear true and scary ghost stories. In our channel, you will get to hear true and scary stories every Tuesday and Saturday. But before starting the story, all the friends who have come to this channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the story, then definitely introduce yourself in the comment section. Then, let's do not take much time and start our story quickly.
Today I am going to introduce you to an incident in which a girl got a very big punishment without any fault. And why was she punished? Because an emir made him a scapegoat to fulfill his hobbies. Look, you know that whoever does his life will reap the same fate. If someone does something wrong to any poor person in the arrogance of his money, then he will definitely have to face his punishment in this life, and he will get such punishment that all his money will not be of any use to him. So we should never do wrong to anyone. Now you will not understand what I say, so when you listen to this story, you will realize why I am telling this, and who has shared this story to me, I will tell you in the last, because the one who told this story is very close to him. So let's start this story. So this is the story of Agra, where there used to be a very rich family. They were a family with so much money that everyone respected them, and no one dared to speak anything against that family in front of them. He was a royal family and was highly respected by the people, because as everyone knows, in today's world, money is valued. The one who has money runs the game. That's why everyone respected that family very much. So let's meet that royal family. There were 5 brothers in the family. The eldest brother's name was Vishal, who was the eldest of all his brothers and family, and was the most influential in the house. He also looked after most of the business in the house. Among all the brothers, only Vishal was married at that time, because he was about 10 years older than his brothers. That's why he was married earlier, and his wife's name was Devaki, and they had 2 children, an 8-year-old boy named Kamal and a 5-year-old boy named Nilesh, because there was a gap of about 10 years between Vishal and his brothers. Because of this, Vishal was not only his elder brother, but also his father to his brothers. And all 4 brothers used to respect Vishal very much. So now let's introduce you to those 4 brothers as well. So the 4th brother's name was Ashok, who was 26 years old. The 3rd brother's name was Rakesh, who was 21 years old. And the other 2 brothers were named Rajan and Kaushal. Actually, both Rajan and Kaushal were twin brothers, meaning both of them were the same age, and both were 17 years old. One day, Vishal brings Panditji into the house and starts talking to Panditji about his younger brother Ashok's marriage. Then Ashok comes downstairs and sees Panditji there and bows to him, and then asks his elder brother Vishal, "What happened, brother? Why have you called Panditji here today?" On this, Vishal says that you are of marriageable age, right? That's why I'm looking for a girl for you. I had asked Panditji for a picture of some girls. If you like any of them, then move on. Ashok gets a little scared at this and tells his elder brother that, "Brother, what is the hurry of marriage? And I don't know what kind of girls this Panditji will show me. If a wrong girl comes to this house, our whole family will be shattered." On this, Vishal says that this Panditji was the one who got me and Devaki married. He is a very good Pandit. They'll find a good girl for you too, don't worry. Hearing his elder brother's words, Ashok gets very upset and starts rubbing his head while thinking about something. And Vishal understands that Ashok is definitely hiding something from him. That's why Vishal asks Ashok, "What happened? Why do you look so upset? If there is any matter, tell me." But Ashok tells them that no, brother, is not a problem. I was thinking about how I would manage everything so quickly. Vishal realizes that Ashok is hiding something from him, but I can't tell you anything because of their fear. That's why Vishal again puts a little emphasis on Ashok and asks, "Hey, what's the matter? I know you're hiding something. Look, if there's anything you need, let me know. Don't be afraid of me like that. For me, you are the first, and then your happiness is my happiness. Don't insult my feelings by hiding anything like that from me." Hearing this from his brother, Ashok finally tells him that, "Brother, in fact, I like someone else. The girl studied with me in college, and the girl's name is Vishaka. We've been together for 2 years. I want to marry him, brother." Hearing his brother's words, Vishal says with a wrinkle on his forehead, "That is all right, but how much money is that girl? You know how rich we are. See, love your place and your place in society. I don't want any poor ragged girl from a poor family to come to this house. I want my passion to remain like this. Whatever you see, girl, she should be from a wealthy house, or you forget about that girl." On this, Ashok says, "Oh brother, that girl is from a very wealthy family. I mean, not as much as us, but he's from a very good family. His father has kept land worth crores in his name, and she's the only girl in her house. There are no brothers and sisters. After marriage, everything will be his, that is, mine. You just walk with me to her house tomorrow. I'll show you his house." Hearing this from his brother, Vishal also starts thinking that maybe the girl will be very wealthy, and he agrees to go to that girl's house. And then the next day, Ashok takes Vishal to Vishaka's house, and the house was really beautiful, and there were 3 or 4 cars parked outside his house. And as soon as he came home, 3 or 4 servants started welcoming him, and Vishaka's father brings them inside the house. Seeing so many servants, 3 or 4 cars parked outside, and such a beautiful and big house, Vishal immediately agrees and talks to Vishaka's parents very nicely.
They talk to each other for a while, and in a short time, everyone agrees to the marriage of both of them. And then Vishaka's parents ask Ashok for his horoscope and say that, "Son Ashok, you send your horoscope to me. We want to see your horoscope. We will match your horoscope and Vishaka and see how many qualities you both get." Ashok says on this matter of Vishaka's parents, "Hey uncle, I have brought my horoscope with me. Vishaka told me that you can ask for my horoscope, so I brought it along." Then Ashok gives his horoscope to Vishaka's father, and Vishaka's father calls Panditji and then shows Panditji the horoscope of Vishaka and Ashok. But when Panditji sees Ashok's horoscope, he is very surprised and asks, "Whose horoscope is this?" On this, Ashok says that, "This is my horoscope, Panditji. Why did it happen? Why were you so surprised to see my horoscope? Is there something wrong with my horoscope?" Ashok asks Panditji in fear, and then Panditji tells Ashok that according to your horoscope, the girl you marry will die. Hearing this, all the people sitting there are very scared, and on this Ashok says to Panditji that, "What are you talking about, Panditji?" Then Panditji tells Ashok that it is not me but your horoscope, and according to your horoscope, your wife will die. Then Vishal tells Vishaka's father that, "Hey brother, sir, don't trust the words of these quack pandits. They say anything. There is nothing like this in my brother's horoscope." But Vishaka's father tells Vishal that this Panditji has reached a lot. Everything happens in our house at their behest. I am what I am today because of their remedy. He was the one who told me what I should do in my house so that I can become wealthy. Whatever happens in my house happens according to what they say. And if you are saying that according to Ashok's horoscope, his wife will die, then I am not going to marry my daughter to your house at all. Hey Vishaka, you know, she's my only daughter. I'm not going to throw my daughter into a well like that. Take your brother and get out of here. My daughter won't marry in your house." Hearing these words, Vishal says to Panditji that, "Panditji, is there no solution to this? Because look, my brother Ashok loves Vishaka very much, and I want my brother's happiness. Please suggest a solution so that these 2 children can settle down." Hearing this from Vishal, everyone seemed to be so good that Vishal is still asking for Vishaka's hand for his brother Ashok despite telling so much. But in fact, seeing Vishaka's house, car and property, Vishal wanted Ashok to marry Vishaka because all the property of Vishaka will also belong to Ashok and Vishal will also benefit from it. So he was putting up with all this and pretending.
so that Vishakha's father felt how good Ashok's family is, which despite how much money he has, he's working so hard to get his brother married to Vishakha. And then Chandi's father says to Panditji that yes Panditji, if there is any solution to this, then tell me, we will definitely do it. Then Panditji says that okay, if this is what you guys want, then yes, it can be solved, but it will be a little difficult. On this Vishal asks Panditji, what does it mean to do hard? You just tell us the solution. I am ready to do anything to settle down for my brother. You just tell me what to do. On this Panditji says that look, according to Ashok's horoscope, his first wife will die. So you do such a thing. Get him married to someone else first. Then when he dies, you get him married to Vishakha. Hearing this from Panditji, they are all very surprised and start thinking whether it will be right to do this. Then Vishal says that Panditji has given the right solution. On this Vishakha's father says, what are you talking about? After all, which girl will marry like this after knowing that she will die after some time? Then Vishal says that by searching, you get a lot. Just promise me that if I do this work, you will get Vishakha married to Ashok. Then Vishakha also tells her father that please accept the father. I love Ashok very much. These people will definitely find a girl with whom Ashok's marriage will remove this defect of Ashok's horoscope. Then when the fault is removed, then Ashok and I will be able to get married. That is what I want to marry, Dad. In front of her daughter's stubbornness, her father gives up and says yes to it and says that it is okay, but no one should know about Ashok's first marriage. I don't want the world to know my daughter as Ashok's second wife. And if someone comes to know about Ashok's first marriage, then I am not going to marry Ashok to Vishakha. So you have to keep in mind that no one comes to know about his first marriage. On this Vishal says that hey, don't worry brother sir, I am not going to let anyone know about his marriage. His first marriage will always be a secret. So that's where things get settled. And then Vishal starts looking for a girl for Ashok. But a girl who does not have much name recognition. The girl she could easily fool with. But Vishal would not find such a girl because he would not find such a girl in his acquaintance. Then one day, an elderly man comes to their house to ask for work. He was brand new there. The man tells Vishal that if there is any work, tell me. I'm new here and I'm wandering around looking for work. Please let me know if you have any work. Vishal tells the man that yes, the gardener's job is vacant here. You can do it if you want. Will you do this work? The man becomes very happy at this and says yes sir, that I will do it. Then Vishal tells him that it is okay. Tell me your name. What's your name? The man tells his name and says yes Malik, my name is Dinesh Chand. Then Vishal says then Dinesh Chand should come to work from tomorrow. You'll get some 2000 rupees a month. Dinesh Chand gets very happy at this and says thank you very much sir. I will work diligently. And then he says this and goes to his house. And at his house, his daughter Mohini has cooked food for him. And then Dinesh Chand gives his daughter the good news of her work. But his daughter Mohini says to her father that Daddy, why are you looking for work at this age? I told you that I am going to sweep somewhere. You will get a good amount of money for the month. But on this his father would say, no son, I have to save money and get you married. You won't work anywhere. I am still alive. But Mohini was also determined that she too would work and help her father. The financial condition of Dinesh Chand and Mohini's house was not good. Mohini's mother left her in her childhood.
Since then, it was Dinesh Chand who raised Mohini. Mohini wanted to work outside, but Dinesh Chand did not allow Mohini to work outside. Dinesh Chand's only wish was to get Mohini married. He was also working very hard for this. And there, Vishal was looking for a girl for his brother Ashok, with whom he would get him married and eliminate the defect of his horoscope. That is, when his first wife died, he was able to get Vishakha married to him, but he could not find such a girl. Then one day, Mohini comes to his house to meet her father Dinesh Chand and give him food. Then when Mohini sees his mansion, she thinks that the people here must be very wealthy. Who knows, he'll hire him too. If she also works here, then the financial condition of her house will be better, and if she gets involved with her father at his place of work, then she will be able to take care of her father as well. And then after giving food to her father, she starts secretly going inside that mansion, but the servants there stop her,
and then Vishal comes there, goes and says, "What's going on?" On this, the servants there tell Vishal that, "Sir, this girl was trying to enter the house." And after hearing this noise, Dinesh Chand also comes there. He is surprised to see Mohini there and starts asking her softly what she is doing here. Then Mohini is about to say something to her father that Vishal asks Mohini, "Who are you? What else do you want here?" On this, Mohini says to Vishal, "Namaste sir, my name is Mohini. I'm here looking for a job. Please help me. If you have any work, let me know. I'll do it." But on this, Mohini's father starts forbidding her to work here. But Vishal tells Dinesh Chand that if she wants to work here, why don't you let her work here, Dinesh Chand? Dinesh Chand then tells Vishal that, "Sir, this is my daughter and I don't want her to work outside. I am earning, so why do I need to do two jobs?" And then Mohini tells her dad that there is a need, "Dad, I want to help you too." Then Vishal looks at Mohini and says to her that, "Look son, if you want to help your father, then you can help more servants in small tasks here and I will give you some money in a month in return for this, like 1,000, is okay?" Mohini gets very happy to hear this and says that, "Yes sir, exactly what you say, I will do the work." And Mohini leaves from there very happy. Then the same night, Vishal calls Ashok to his room, and after coming to the room, Ashok tells Vishal that, "Brother, you called me." Vishal says, "Yes Ashok, I have something important to talk to you, sit down." Then Ashok sits with Vishal and they both talk. Vishal tells Ashok that, "Ashok, did you see the girl who came today, Mohini? I mean that I'm thinking," that Vishal says a little intermittently and a little hesitant. And on this, Ashok says to Vishal that, "Hey brother, why are you hesitating so much? Whatever it is, please tell me openly." Then Vishal Ashok is said to be thinking that this girl is the daughter of Dinesh Chand whom we hired today. How will it be? On this, Ashok says, "How will it be for something, brother? What do you want to say? Tell me everything clearly." Then Vishal tells Ashok that, "I was saying that how will this Mohini be to remove that defect of your horoscope? Look, these people are new here. I say you should marry this Mohini. We will get you two married in such a secret way that no one in the village will know that you and Mohini are married, and according to your fault, when she dies, then you should marry Vishakha." Hearing these words of his brother, Ashok says that, "But brother, his father told everyone about our marriage." Then Vishal says that, "Hey, you leave it all to me. No one will know anything." Ashok also gets into his brother's words and agrees to marry Mohini. And then Vishal moves his trick, and that is to trap Mohini and her father. And then the next day, Vishal goes to Dinesh Chand and tells him that, "Hey Dinesh Chand, since your daughter has come to our house, our luck has shone brightly. You know my brother Ashok wasn't getting the project he wanted. But since you and your daughter stepped on our house, what are you talking about, sir? Where is the poor man's daughter and where is your brother? It is just not possible." Vishal then tells him that, "We don't see rich or poor. Look, I tell you straight away that I want Mohini and my brother Ashok to get married. My brother loves your daughter very much and we all love Mohini too. I don't think my brother can find a better girl than Mohini. And don't think I'm joking with you. I really want my brother Ashok and Mohini to get married. And that is why I have come here to ask you for your daughter Mohini for my brother Ashok. I know it's going to be a little difficult for you. That's why you should ask me your daughter and tell her by tomorrow. I'll wait for your reply." Saying this, Vishal leaves from there. And Dinesh Chand wonders if Vishal's brother really likes Mohini and also wants to marry her. He had a lot of questions, but he was also very happy inside, because every father would want a good family for his daughter, and it was a very good family in the eyes of Dinesh Chand. And then Dinesh Chand tells this to his daughter Mohini and says that, "Son, your fate has opened, that our brother's brother liked you. I say yes to this relationship." But on this, Mohini says that, "Father, how can this happen? They are such great people. Why would he want to marry me?" But Dinesh Chand says that, "Hey, what if you are big people? What are some of the shortcomings in you? See, yes to it. They are not even taking anything in dowry. And to be honest, I think those people are very good people from the beginning. If the daughter marries in that house, she will rule. I say yes to marriage." Then Mohini says yes to this marriage after thinking a little. And then Dinesh Chand tells this good news to Vishal that Mohini has said yes to marriage. And hearing this, Vishal becomes very happy and then says to Dinesh Chand that, "Oh wow, my brother will be very happy to hear this." But then Vishal gets a little sad, and seeing the sadness on Vishal's face, Dinesh Chand asks him why he is sad.
and on asking Dinesh Chand, Vishal tells him that there is a defect in my brother's horoscope, and that defect is that he will have to keep his marriage hidden for at least 1 month. If anyone comes to know about her marriage before 1 month, then her life may also be at danger. On this, Dinesh Chand says that what are you talking about? You believe in such things. On this, Vishal says that if this was for me, I probably wouldn't have believed. But what should I do? All my brothers are my life.
If anything happens to any of them, I won't be able to escape either. That's why please don't tell anyone about Mohini and Ashok's marriage for 1 month that Ashok is married. It's just a matter of a month. And then Dinesh Chand comes into these words of Vishal and says that it doesn't matter. If it is a question of Ashok's life, then we will do anything. Don't worry, no one will know anything about their marriage for 1 month. Hearing this, Vishal becomes very happy and hugs Dinesh Chand and confirms the marriage, and with this, his plan also becomes successful. And then, after some time, Ashok and Mohini get married. Their marriage takes place in a very secret way. That's why there is not much fanfare of weddings. Dinesh Chand also does not tell anyone about their marriage, but does not tell anyone in his village. He just waits for a month to happen. Mohini was very happy with this marriage, but his happiness was not long, and 2 weeks go by. But Mohini was absolutely right. Nothing happened to him. And a few more days go by like this, but Mohini was still perfectly fine. But Vishaka gets very angry with Ashok, and when Ashok secretly calls Vishaka, Vishaka angrily tells him that why do you have to talk to me now? Then you will be living a very happy life with that cowherd. But Ashok calms Vishaka down and says that there is nothing like that, Vishaka. You already know about my horoscope dosha. I am doing all this for you and you are doubting me. On this, Vishaka angrily says that you have been together for 2 weeks, but nothing happened to him. Look, I'll wait another week. If nothing happens to him, you will forget me forever. I'll get married somewhere else too. Nothing is happening to your parents and brothers, but it seems that because of this, the relationship with Vishaka and I will definitely break. She has told me that if nothing happens to Mohini within a week, she will leave me and marry a boy of her parents' choice. Now you tell me what to do. Vishal tells Ashok on this, don't worry Ashoka, according to the defect of your horoscope, the death of your first wife is certain. Then Ashok angrily tells Vishal that nothing is happening to him, lest it all happen that it is all a lie and I have to spend my whole life with this Gawar. You do something. Then Vishal also thinks that if this happens, then a girl like Vishaka with so much money will get out of his hands. And when everyone comes to know that Ashok married a poor and Gowan girl like Mohini, then he will be spitted in the whole society. Then, after thinking a little, he tells Ashok that if according to your horoscope, your first wife is sure to die, then now we will make it true. Ashok asks Vishal what I mean, I didn't understand anything. Then Vishal tells Ashok that we will just wait for 5 more days. If nothing happens to Mohini, we will kill her ourselves. Hearing this, Ashok gets very shocked and says that what are you talking about, brother? Will we kill Mohini by ourselves? Vishal says that when he is sure to die, we do this work by ourselves. You just join me. Then Ashok also agrees to Vishal, and both of them make a dangerous plan to send Mohini from this world. But first, both of them wait for 5 more days to see if anything happens to Mohini or not. But still, nothing happens to Mohini. And then both of them carry out their dangerous plan. And then one night, Vishal mixes poison in Mohini's food, and Ashok feeds Mohini. And then Vishal comes to Ashok's room to talk to him, and Vishal comes there and asks Ashok, so is the work done? On this, Ashok says yes, the work is done. I have fed Mohini, and in a short time she will become dear to God. And then Vishal asks Ashok, where did you keep the bottle of poison? Throw it somewhere before it is found by anyone, and we are suspected. And then Ashok says on this that, oh yes, I forgot that poison bottle. She will still be in the kitchen. I'll go quickly and throw it away. Saying this, Ashok is going towards the kitchen, that Mohini comes to the room with that bottle of poison, and cries and says that have you mixed poison in my food? And seeing that, Vishal and Ashok get very scared. And then Mohini tells both of them that Ashokji and Jetji, I have heard all the things of both of you. Why do you two want to kill me?
Vishal also starts telling everything fearlessly and tells Mohini that yes, Mohini, we have mixed poison in your food because now you are of no use to us. Do you think that if I get my brother married to a poor rascal like you, then you are living in a big misunderstanding? I got him married to you because there is a defect in his horoscope, and according to that defect, his first wife will die, and he loves someone else, and to save him, we got him married to you, so that after your death, he can marry his girlfriend Vishaka. But even after a week of marriage, nothing was happening to you, and that's why we poisoned you so that you would get out of our way. Hearing Vishal's words, Mohini starts crying bitterly. But then slowly she starts to lose her life and she starts suffering in front of them. But both of them are laughing loudly at him. And then Mohini angrily tells them that you guys took my life for your health. Listen to me too. Now I will not let any man live in this house. Now whoever gets married in this house, he will kill the man's wife with his own hands. It's a curse on this house of mine. Now there will only be weeds in this house, just weeds. Saying this, Roop cries bitterly and slowly her life goes away. But those two evil brothers are just laughing. And then Vishal says that we cannot be cursed by people like you. And saying this, Vishal starts laughing loudly. As soon as the people of Mohini's house come to know about her death, everyone starts asking what happened to her. But Vishal and Ashok tell everyone the same lie, as it was in Ashok's horoscope that his first wife will die. His horoscope came true, and Mohini is no more. Vishal and Ashok don't tell anyone that they were the ones who actually killed him. When Mohini's father comes to know about this, he gets very angry with Vishal and his family and tells them that you are the ones who killed my daughter.
But Vishal and Ashok were no longer allowing Dinesh Chand to enter the house, and when Dinesh Chand knocked on the door of the police for justice, no one listened to him there. Because why would Vishal's family get their brother married to their maid in the house? And when the police asked Dinesh Chand for proof that his daughter and Ashok were married, they have any proof of it or not? So Dinesh Chand remembers that his marriage was done in a very secret way. That is why they do not have any proof that Mohini was married to Ashok. That's why no one listens to him, and Vishal spreads the word to the whole village that he has gone mad in the grief of his daughter. That's why he is talking strangely, and by saying this, Vishal gets rid of Dinesh Chand in the village. And then after a few days, Ashok and Vishal go to Vishakha's house to talk about the marriage of Ashok and Vishakha. And as promised, Vishakha's father agrees to the marriage. And then in a few days, Ashok and Vishakha get married. And as soon as Vishakha gets married and enters Ashok's house, when she returns for the ritual of house entry, she drops it from her leg. Blood starts flowing from the return instead of rice. And seeing that, everyone there is scared. To the music, but Vishal somehow calms everyone down and then sends Vishakha and Ashok to their room. Then Vishakha goes to the room and starts behaving very strangely. He was wearing a veil, but his voice sounded very changeable. And then when Ashok lifts Vishakha's veil, he trembles with fear. Because in the veil it was not Vishakha, but Mohini's soul that looked very terrifying. His eyes were red, from which red tears were also flowing. And seeing Mohini, Ashok starts trembling with fear and says that you are Mohini. Then Mohini says with a terrifying voice that forgot me so soon? I remember saying that now there will be only mourning in this house. Hearing this, Ashok cries and apologizes to Mohini. But Mohini slaps him hard and says, should I forgive you? How can I forgive like that? You killed me by poisoning me and made my father a madman in the whole village. I'm not going to forgive you at all. Saying this, Mohini grabs Ashok's throat and lifts him up with her hand and then slams him hard, due to which Ashok becomes bleeding, and still he starts begging Mohini to spare him. But Mohini again picks him up by the throat and this time throws him down from the window and makes Ashok scream. With the sound of him falling down, all the people of the house come running down, and seeing this condition of Ashok, the people of the house are in a bad condition. And then all the blame falls on Vishakha, that Vishakha has done it, because there was no one else in the room except Vishakha with Ashok. But Vishal realizes that this is not Vishakha's work, but Mohini's. But he didn't tell anyone because he knew he could get caught by it. So he keeps it a secret even after his brother's death, and the police arrest Vishakha.
There Vishakha tells everyone that she did nothing, but no one believes her. There was now grief in Vishal's house, and 5 years passed like this. The grief of Ashok's death was still in everyone's hearts, but everyone thought that it should go ahead, and now the talk of Rakesh's marriage starts going on in their house. And Vishal also gets a girl from a very big house for Rakesh, who was ready to give him crores of rupees in dowry, and that girl was Megha, and he also liked Rakesh very much. And then the preparations for the wedding start in their house, but no wedding ceremony is done well. But no one there was concerned with marriage, but with dowry. That's why he does not pay much attention to all these things and gets Megha and Rakesh married. And when Megha comes to Rakesh's house after getting married, the same horrible things start happening, like bleeding from the lagoon during the housewarming, and no ritual is being done properly. Megha found it all very strange, but the rest of the family advises him not to pay much attention to all this, because it can all just be a coincidence. Then Megha also does not pay attention to these things, and then goes to his room with Rakesh. And as soon as she goes there, Megha also starts doing strange things. She starts twisting her neck in a very strange way, and seeing her doing such strange things, Rakesh gets very scared and asks her, "Megha, what has happened to you? Are you okay? Should I call someone?" But then Megha lifts her veil, and it is not Megha, but Mohini, who is looking at her in a very terrible way with such red eyes and red tears. And seeing such a terrible face of hers, Rakesh's face turns pale, and he says in fear that, "Sister-in-law, you?" Then Mohini laughs and says that, "Yes, brother-in-law, it is me. Now you must be wondering, what am I doing here instead of your wife Megha? So let me tell you that I am here to kill you." Hearing this, the ground slips under Rakesh's feet, and he says in fear that, "Why do you want to kill me? What have I done?" Then Mohini tells him that, "My soul is wandering in your house. I will not let any happiness come to your house until I get justice. My curse is on this house, that all the men in this house who get married will be killed by their own wives. That's why you have to die now." Hearing this, Rakesh runs to the door to run out of the room, but Mohini jerks the door shut and grabs Rakesh's neck with her hand and drags him towards her and throws him down from the window, just like she threw Ashok. And when everyone sees Rakesh, the same scene comes again as it happened with Ashok. Seeing this, Vishal is terribly scared, because now he was convinced that it was none other than Mohini's soul that was doing it. But he still keeps his mouth shut so that he does not go to jail, and the police catch Megha and take her away. What happened with Vishakha happened to Megha this time. But even after all this, Vishal does not tell anyone anything, and their house is grieved once again. Now his family was completely terrified. That is why Vishal's wife said that he should do a havan in this house and ask a pandit what is happening in their house. But Vishal starts refusing all these things and does not allow anyone to perform havan or puja in the house, because he knew that Pandit Ji would definitely tell everything that Mohini's soul is doing all this for revenge. So he refuses to perform havan or puja, and everyone has to obey him, because Vishal was the most active in his house. But Rajan and Kaushal were so scared of all this that both of them decided that they would not get married, because whoever was getting married in their house was dying. That is why they both remain unmarried. And like this, more time passes, and it has been 20 years now, and the wedding shehnai in their house has not been ringing since those events. And Vishal also feels that perhaps Mohini's soul is after those 5 brothers. That is why it is right if the other 2 brothers do not get married.
Then one such day, Pandit Ji comes to the house, and seeing him, Vishal and the rest of the family welcome him. And then Vishal asks him, how did he come here suddenly today? On this, Pandit Ji tells him that, "I have brought a relationship for Kamal here. As you know, Kamal is now of marriageable age, and the girl is from a very good family. The girl's name is Pakhi. The girl's father has his own business. His dad was asking me to find a good boy. Then I remembered that my lotus has also reached the age of marriage, so I thought I'd tell you about it. I'll show you the girl at your will." Then Pandit Ji shows everyone the photo of the girl, and Vishal likes the girl very much for his son Kamal. Anyway, Kamal had reached the age of marriage, and there was no celebration in his house for a long time. That's why he thinks that Kamal should be married. Anyway, Kamal had reached the age of marriage, but Vishal's wife Devaki says that I am now scared of the name of marriage in the house. You haven't seen what happened to your two brothers. What if the same thing happened to Kamal? But Vishal feels that Mohini only wanted to take revenge on her brothers and she would not do anything to her children. So he explains to Devaki and says, "Hey, have you sat down with such an old thing? It's been 20 years and won't we get our children married out of fear? Nothing will happen to him. I am saying no, and you haven't seen how rich that girl is from a wealthy family. I am going to get married." Devaki also can't say much anymore and says yes to Vishal, and the preparations for Kamal's and Paki's wedding start, and both of them get married with great pomp. But this time also, the same thing happens in Ashok and Rakesh's marriage, and seeing this, Devaki gets very scared and takes him to a lonely place to talk to Vishal and tells him that look, what happened in Ashok and Rakesh's marriage is also happening with my son. If the same thing happened with Kamal, then now Vishal is also a little scared that then he sees Paki going into the room, and then Vishal gets a voice to Paki and tells her that son, you don't go to the room. Hearing her father-in-law's voice, Paki comes down the stairs and starts talking to her father-in-law and says, "What happened, Papa? Why did you stop me from going upstairs?" Then Vishal says to Paki that, "Look son, how can I tell you this?" Before Vishal can say anything to Paki, the sound of Kamal screaming and throwing someone down from the window is heard. As soon as they hear the sound, all the people rush, and it is what everyone feared. Kamal was thrown down from the window by someone and his condition was very bad. Kamal is then immediately taken to the hospital, and luckily Kamal survives, but he was badly hurt and is in a coma. Everyone was in a bad state of crying. Everyone starts thinking that when Paki did not go to the room, then who did this with Kamal? But Vishal understood everything, that Mohini's spirit is still troubling him, and first he killed his brothers and now he's after his sons, and that's why in anger he secretly calls a Baba and tells them everything and asks them to get rid of Mohini's soul. Then Baba tells them that he will conduct a puja and try to summon Mohini's soul. Vishal agrees to it, but he does this work alone and does not tell anything to his family, and Baba is also of his identity, and Vishal tells that Baba not to tell anything about this to his family or anyone else, and Baba also agrees to Vishal, and he secretly worships to summon Mohini's soul. Then Mohini's soul comes there, and then Baba says to Mohini's soul, "Mohini, look, whatever happened to you was wrong, but you have taken revenge. You have fulfilled your revenge by killing Ashoka. Rakesh was not even at fault in this, but you still took his life. Now you leave the rest of the people." But on this, Mohini's soul says, "Who said that my revenge is complete? My revenge is not yet complete." Then Baba says to Mohini that you took Ashoka's life, now your revenge is complete, now you go away and spare these people. But Mohini's soul says that it was not only Ashok's hand in my death, but also Vishal's hand. He was the one who poisoned my food, and he was the one who proved my father crazy in the village. I have to take revenge on him too. Baba then says to Mohini, "But why are you taking revenge on her children?" Mohini says that I can't kill Vishal because his wife Devaki is a devoted wife. I can't take his life because of him. That's why I am going to take revenge on his children. Hearing these words, Vishal gets very angry and he secretly takes out his gun and starts firing at Mohini's soul, and due to this, Mohini's soul disappears from there, and then Panditji gets very angry on Vishal and says to him, "What have you done? I was talking to him. Why did you shoot at him?" Now Mohini's soul cannot be called again. Then Vishal gets angry and says, "Baba, you finish this soul. I'll give you the money I ask you in return." However, Baba says that he is not such a soul. She is seeking justice. She is not going to leave you until she gets justice, and there is nothing I can do about it now. Saying this, Baba stops worshipping and Vishal comes to his house, and then Vishal's wife Devaki is also very angry at Vishal and blames him for this condition of Kamal, because despite his refusal, Vishal got Kamal married.
But even after seeing this condition of his son, Vishal does not tell anyone how he killed Mohini, and that is why all this was happening. The doctor had said that it could take any time for Kamal to come out of the coma, whether it's a week or a year, and maybe even a whole life. Hearing this, Vishal's house was in a bad state. Especially Kamal's mother Devaki was in a bad state of crying. And a week goes by like this, but Kamal does not come to his senses. And then one day, Vishal and Devaki are sitting at home and both are very upset because of Kamal's condition. But suddenly, the bell of their house rings, and when the servants open the door of the house, there is Nilesh with a girl, and both of them were wearing wedding clothes and garlands. And then both of them come inside the house, and seeing Nilesh like this, Devaki and Vishal are very surprised, and then ask Nilesh, who is this girl? And then Nilesh tells them that Mom Papa should meet his daughter-in-law, its name is Aanchal. Hearing this from their son, both of them are very surprised, and Vishal angrily says to Nilesh that what are you talking about? How did you get married without our consent, and that too at this time when you know what happens to anyone in this house? Didn't you see your brother's condition? Do you want to be like him? But on this, Nilesh tells his father that Papa, you are saying something that never believed in all these things. Look, I am married. This is your daughter-in-law. Accept it or accept it. Now this is your daughter-in-law. Vishal gets very angry, but then he calms his anger and takes Nilesh a little aside and asks him to tell who this girl is. It's a big house, isn't it? Then Nilesh Vishal says that Father Aanchal is from a very rich family and all his work is settled abroad. I will also go abroad in a few days. I don't want to live in this house anyway. His father has said that he will give me 2 companies and 4 of his bungalows as dowry. There was such an atmosphere in the house that I felt that the wedding would not be possible with pomp, and Aanchal's father was asking for a court marriage. So I thought I would do a court marriage, then I will tell you people. And anyway, I felt that if there is such an atmosphere in the house, then you probably would not have let me get married to Aanchal right now. And Aanchal's father wanted me and Aanchal to get married today. That's why I got married without telling you guys. I'm sorry. Vishal gets very happy to hear about Aanchal's family background and says that it is okay son, that you got married. Marriage has to be done one day. And then Vishal turns to Aanchal and tells her very lovingly that hey son, let's go to our room. Must be tired. Relax. Saying this, Vishal sends Nilesh and Aanchal to the upstairs room. But Sumit was still very upset, and then she tells Vishal that you know what is happening in the house. Why didn't you say anything to these two? Just like the lotus has been. What if it happened the same way? Vishal then says to Devaki, why are you worrying? We'll send them both out tonight. When these two do not live in this house, then nothing bad will happen to them. And then Devaki asks, where will you send them? Vishal replies that we will send them to our maternal aunt in Jaipur, and when everything is fine in this house, we will call them back here. I will send them there today, don't worry. But before Devaki could say anything else, Nilesh comes running out of the room and screaming, and seeing him like this, Devaki and Vishal run to him. And then Nilesh starts crying in front of them and says that come Papa, Ma Aanchal has come inside Mohini auntie's soul who wants to kill me. Devaki is very surprised at this and says, Mohini auntie, what is her soul saying and why does she want to kill you? Then Nilesh says that she was saying something strange and saying that she was murdered. Papa and Ashok uncle together killed him. Something else she was saying was that until Papa apologized for his mistake, she will continue to kill all the men in the house like this, and she has now threatened to kill me. But he somehow saved his life and ran away from there. Then Devaki asks Vishal what Nilesh is saying and is he speaking right? When Mohini died, I also suspected that something was wrong with her. Now you tell me what you did, and Ashok told him, because now I don't want to lose Nilesh. Then Vishal hesitates a little, but finally tells the truth and says that yes, I and Ashok have killed Mohini together. Hearing this, the ground slips under Devaki's feet, and then Vishal further tells that when we came to know about that defect in Ashok's horoscope, we thought that we would get him married to a girl from a poor house, and when she dies, Ashok will marry his girlfriend Vishakha. So we got her married to Mohini. But when nothing happened to her even after a week of marriage, we felt that maybe nothing would happen to Mohini now. And Vishakha was also getting angry with Ashok. So we took this step and decided to eliminate Mohini and then killed her by poisoning her food and pretending that she died due to falling from the stairs. Vishal starts crying after saying this, and as soon as Vishal confesses his crime, the police come from outside. And seeing them, Vishal gets very scared and says, who called the police here? Then Nilesh says that Papa, I have called the police here because I heard you talking to that Baba in the house that I have not married to Aanchal.
She is my college friend and she helped me so that you tell the truth. I thought you were just a hand in it, but I didn't know you could kill anyone. Hearing this truth of yours, I am ashamed to even call you my father." After this, Devaki also slaps Vishal hard and says that I have been worshipping a demon like you all my life. You are responsible for the plight of your brothers and your own son. I also suffered because of you. We will not forgive you for the rest of our lives. Saying this, Devaki asks the inspector to take Vishal. And after a few days, Kamal also comes out of the coma, and then Mohini's soul does not bother anyone in that house and leaves that house because finally Nilesh gets justice to Mohini's soul. Friends, Mohini lost his kingdom without any fault. I was also very sad to know this, but it is said that Vibhishana is born even at Ravana's house. So here Nilesh was born at Vishal's house, and Nilesh really fulfilled his responsibility and did not hide his father's handiwork but exposed him to the world. And his wife Devaki, she worshipped him like a god, but when she found her truth, she hated him too. So that's it. The people for whom he was doing everything became aliens to him, and he did the right thing, because the person who can take the death of a human being without any reason is not a human being but a monster. And Vishal also had that demon inside him.
So friends, this was our story today. How did you like the story? Please do tell me by commenting in the comment box. And also, those who haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your family. I will meet you soon with a new story. Thank you.